Yo everyone, the new Spyrobiz is here, and today I'm gonna give you all the tips that you need. As usual, every time there's a new abyss, we're trying to find all the solutions, all the best tricks, strategies, teams for the new rotation. This time it's new enemies again. We only had one rotation of the previous one, yeah, I'll just show you what I think are the best teams. And yeah, let's get into it. This rotation we can start at floor 10 as well, so it's pretty nice. You get the floor 9 and 10 rewards. We can start at floor 11. We get floor 9 and 10 rewards instantly if you got 36 stars on the previous rotation, so that's pretty cool. 135. All right, good. What is the new blessing? The new blessing is after you use elemental skill, you gain 60% defense. So it's gonna be good on Shironen, of course. It's a Shironen abyss, basically rotation. You can use it on Chiori, Albedo, even Ito can benefit from it quite a bit actually. You use Ushi and then your charge attacks are gonna deal way more damage. That's pretty cool. And then who else can use that? Not a lot of people can use that. I guess Noel can use it as well, but not a lot of characters scale with defense in the game. So yeah, it's mainly a Geo Abyss, and that's why all the enemies are gonna be Geo Shield here, Geo Shield here, and Geo Shield here. What about floor 10? For 11. 11, target defense once again. So we have to protect the Monolith as much as possible. Monsters, okay. Ooh, those guys are kind of annoying, but I guess it should be fine. And then honestly, floor 11, as usual, I will never give too many tips for floor 11 because it's really just you need to level up your talents, you need to level up your characters, your weapons, and then if you get average build, you're gonna have enough damage, really. Of course, you got the water enemies here, so if you get some pyro, that's gonna be probably easier. And then for the rest, it shouldn't be too bad. And then on first chamber, if you have some Venti, Kazuha, Sucrose, always gonna be pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll do a quick run to show you what I would do, and then after that we jump into floor 12. I just realized that actually floor 11 this time is so free, like so much easier than usual. Floor like 12, 11 1, there's only two waves of two enemies, and then they barely attack, they barely deal any damage, and then the second wave is only one enemy one by one, like I mean two enemies but one by one, so it's like so free. This time 11 1 really not too difficult, and then 11 2 11 3 really, I think just invest in your character. If you feel like you need some Geo, you can see like I'm using Noel and I'm literally destroying them. So yeah, I think floor 11, honestly, my main tip as usual from 9 10 11 floors is gonna be to like upgrade your talents, upgrade your weapons, and ascend your characters, and it's literally gonna make it so much like so easy to clear that floor. You don't even need to have good builds, just slap some random artifacts and it should be more than enough damage if you build the proper like the right characters. So like I mean, yeah, it depends what characters you have, of course, but if you have Bennett Shengling, if you have even Noelle built, like she's gonna get 60% or 75% damage buff from, yeah, 75% geo damage bonus from the Leyline Disorder. So yeah, anything can work on this side. There's no elemental restriction, except for the last 11-3, as I said earlier. Like if you can bring some pyro or even geo, like should be fine. So yeah, pretty much anything can work on this side. Now, floor 12. Floor 12 this time is kind of interesting. I'll show you my first run here. I tried to do some 4 stars only, but I actually struggled a little bit with 4 stars only. I haven't managed to do it yet. I tried Hyperbloom, I think is the best option for first half. And then second half, I tried some Overload. I tried some Geo combo, stuff like that. But I think with 4 stars only, it's not gonna be really easy because the enemies get pushed from the overload. So like the first wave on the second half is like almost unplayable. And then yeah, the enemies move a lot as well. There's a lot of waves, so it's kind of tricky. Once again, I don't think being able to do 4 stars only means anything. Like yeah, it's cool, but it's not more F2P than the average player. Everyone pulls 5-star characters, so no one just plays 4 stars only. I mean, maybe some people have fun doing this, but like most people will have some 5-star characters. Most people will have some good supports like Farina, Kazuha, Nahida, stuff like that. So yeah, I think for this rotation, 4 stars only is really tough because second half you basically need Geo, and the Geo 4 stars are not crazy unless you pair them with like Farina or stuff like that. And then first half pretty much anything works. It's just 12-1. The beasts are moving a lot. Like I don't know if they changed the pattern, the AI of the monsters, but I feel like they move more than usual, especially the scorpion. If you're using Traveler, Dendro Traveler is gonna push you out of your circle. So yeah, gotta be a bit careful with that. But overall, first half, basically anything works. Uh, Preferably single target DPS. There's not too many enemies. It's wave of 2 or 1 or 3, so it can go pretty fast with like a Hutao or stuff like that. But yeah, um, my main tips in terms of gameplay. So for 12-1, especially first half, you'll see that they're gonna move a lot. One strat to make sure they don't move too far is gonna be to stay next to a wall. So for example, you start the 12-1 against the Pyro Bird. Go behind the Pyro Bird and stay next to the wall and try to kill the Pyro Bird at the same spot. And then when the Electro Scorpion is going to spawn, he's going to teleport right on you. He's going to go underground and then spawn on you. And then if you stick next to the wall, let's say you're playing Bennett or Dendro Traveler, they won't move too far from your burst. So you will be able to stay in your preferred area. And also you don't have to chase them. So it's pretty good. So yeah, wall strat, always a good solution. It's been like that for forever, basically, against the consecrated beast. So yeah, wall strat. Now second half, I think it's pretty straightforward. Like the little two guys at the start, they're pretty easy to kill, but they can move a little bit and get pushed pretty easily. So just gotta be careful with that. But otherwise, they don't have too much HP. And then the two bulls, same thing. If you have some Fontaine characters, I'm not sure which one is it, Uzia or Numa, but one of those can instantly break down the shield of the bull. So you could try that as well if you have some options. Navia works, very good, of course. And then once you kill the bulls, it's just two knights with the Geo shield, and they're pretty. There's not really any gameplay strat for this. Just gotta break the shield. So either with Claymore, Overload, or maybe Plunge if you play Xianyun, and that's pretty much it. Or, of course, Geo character like Zhongli Shield or something like that. Now, 12-2, pretty straightforward. You get 2 Blazing Axe Meteor at the start, or like 1 axe, I mean 2 like big Meteor at the start. Very straightforward, pretty fast to kill. 2 or 3, I don't remember. And then after that, Rune Grader, they don't move too much. They stay next together. If you're playing Hyper Bloom, it's going to be straightforward. Second half of Chamber 2 is the Plunge boss. If you bring Navia, if you bring a Claymore character, it's going to be pretty fast to clear the shield. But you can also just do it with a sword character like Bennett or stuff like that. They plunge and they jump and plunge pretty fast. If you have Zhongli, very fast shield breaker for the boss. And he has it has a little bit more HP than the previous rotations, but overall it's not too difficult. So yeah, any single target team will be pretty good. And yeah, that's pretty much it for 12-2. There's not many like super strat. And then for 12-3, I thought it would be hard, but actually it's a weird chamber. First half, Rune Drake, two Rune Drakes. Kind of weird sometimes to control their moves because they move like a little bit weird, but they don't have too much HP. So yeah, if you do like Hutao double Hydro, if you do Hyper Bloom, it's gonna be very, very fast to kill them. And second half, the Legatus Golem, you kind of want GEO here to break the shield, or a Claymore, just like the previous chambers. Overload can work, but the problem of Overload is really 12-1, where the enemies are, especially the first 2 bishops, they're kind of hard to control with Overload. If you have a lot of damage, can be fine, but it might be a bit tricky. But otherwise, if you're managed 12-1 with Overload, you can go 12-2, 12-3 good confidence. I'll say it like that. Yeah, so not massive, not many strats honestly for this Abyss. I'm not a big fan of it because yeah, there's no cool enemies, cool strat to find out to play around the enemy patterns and stuff like that. The only thing is the wall strat on 12-1 first half, and then it's basically a geo check on second half. And unfortunately, the blessing really doesn't work on a lot of characters. The defense buff is only gonna work on like Ito, Noel, Xianyun, not Xianyun, Ito, Noel, Shilonen, And yeah, I mean, Goro can benefit of it a little bit. Yunjin can benefit from it. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, not really good for a lot of characters. So this abyss actually might feel pretty hard for some people that don't have a lot of geo, and basically you're playing with no blessing. So my best team recommendations for floor 12 is gonna be first half Hyperbloom is probably the best option, whether you have Alhaitham Nahida or you just run with Traveler and let's say Kole or Yao Yao. That works just fine, honestly. I just cleared it with that team first half, and that was like really, really easy with like Kuki Xingqiu. That is basically the baseline for 12 for first half. I think Hyperroom is the best. But then any single target DPS team can work pretty good, like Hutao, Double Hydro. You can do Neuvillette, that works pretty good. Moalani should work pretty good. Just disclaimer, Moalani feels way weaker in this abyss compared to the previous one because of the blessing. The blessing last abyss was really, really good for Moalani, and you can feel the difference now. So just be careful with that. If you felt like your Moalani was giga broken or something, you might feel a bit disappointed with her damage this rotation, even though like Moalani is really good. Okay, 62, like 100, 270. I have good EM, so when I vape, I deal good damage. Level 9 skill, C0, and signature weapon. And I felt a little bit underwhelmed by her damage. And otherwise, Kinage can work. Chlorand can work. You gotta be careful because this guy is electro res, but basically the first chamber is the hardest one. Freeze, Yaka, or Ganyu can work against the beast, so they don't move too much. Risley can work. What else? Panari works okay. And yeah, basically anything can work really well first half. Because chamber 2 and chamber 3 are very easy, and chamber 1 is just single target, so it's not too difficult. Now chamber 2, I mean second half, you will want some geo character. Most likely, I haven't found really a good solution without geo, I'll be honest. So if you pull Chilonen, great. If you got Navia, she's great. If you got Zhongli, he's gonna take care of the shield pretty easily. Mono Geo is gonna be cracked, especially with the 60% defense blessing. And then you can do some overload. I managed to do it with Chlorand overload, actually, if I remember. So I did like Chlorand, Bennett, Shengling, Chevreuse. Chevreuse is C6. I think with C0 Chevreuse, I might have struggled a little bit, but C0 Chlorand worked pretty fine. And I did F2P Hyperbloom first, so if you do like with actually like Ahitham, Nahida or something, it should be pretty fast. But yeah, it's second half is tricky without Geo. So if you don't have Geo, you might struggle a little bit. You could also just do like a really strong team, like I don't know, Alekino, Bennett, Yelan, and then if you don't have like Navia or Shironen or something like that, you can just bring a Claymore or like a Noel. Like Noel can take care of the shield like pretty easily. Where's Noel? Like she uses her skill and then you do some normal attack with the Claymore, and that can work. If you have Zhongli, gonna be very good too, honestly. Like he's gonna take care of the shield pretty easily. Otherwise you can also do something like Beidou. You can do a few overload plus she's Claymore so she can break the shields. And then yeah, otherwise Geo teams. Really Geo teams, or you kind of need a Claymore, but even with just a Claymore, it might be a bit tricky because the bosses have way more HP than the last time they were in the Abyss. The Legatus Golem at the end is way tankier. Same for this boss, it feels a bit tankier, so just gotta be careful with the DPS check. But I think the hardest chamber is definitely 12-1. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this new abyss. It's not really my favorite abyss we had recently. I think it's not super fun. There's not cool enemies with cool mechanics and cool strat to find, but it's not too hard. I think just 12-1 can be a bit tricky. I didn't list every single team that can work because of course, like if your characters are super well built, if you have constellation, stuff like that, you can make almost any team work. But yeah, if you have any questions, if you're not sure what characters you can play according to your account, feel free to join the Discord. Ask me any questions there or ask me in the comments. If the guide was helpful, feel free to drop a like and let me know. And yeah, lots of Shironen videos coming soon because I've been cooking. I did like We got infinite burst Shilonen video. We got some Shilonen DPS showcase. We got, what else do we got? Yeah, next video is gonna be, should you pull Nahida or Shilonen? Some people Shilonen might be better. For some people Nahida might be better. You'll see in the video what is my opinion on that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.